wife is a huge NFL fan, so she was always into the Vikings, in the NFL, and I just couldn't be bothered. And finally, I was like, I'll give this football thing a try. All you wacky Americans and your Sunday Night Football and all this other stuff, your Super Bowl. And I actually really got into it. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. So, Vikings fan. Not happy with Kirk Cousins and his $84 million contract. Couldn't even get him in the playoffs. Sound like a real football fan, doesn't it?
Let's get into the NFL 100 commercial. We saw Breeze and Kamara sit next to each other.
That's right. We shot that after Breeze had lost to the Rams, right before the Super Bowl, and we're not in good moods. These guys were going hard. We were trying to get the throw right for Odell, and our guy couldn't do it. And Larry's like, I got this. He just walked in, looked at Odell, told Odell what the pattern, and hit it one take perfectly.
The part where Odell one-hands it, that's a ball thrown by Larry Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitzgerald to it, one take.
Bleacher Report said, someone give Jesus Shuttlesworth a 10-day. You retweeted it. We are in if he is in.
He's my white whale. So people thought that was a joke. That is not a joke.
The camera's right there, just in case Ray's out there. You want to go ahead and address it right there, Darryl.
Ray Allen, you know we've been obsessively chasing you for years. We think you're perfect for our system. Come to the Houston Rockets, win another championship. It's time.
I do a really good Elmo impersonation.
Oh, please, give me the latest on Bryce Harper and Elmo's voice, please.
Well, Rich, Bryce Harper doesn't have a contract yet, but it looks like he might be going to the Phillies.
Did you know that your character was going to survive season 1?
I knew up until the Walk of Shame.
What about the final season? When you got the script, what did you do with that?
Same thing. I think all of us were like, okay, I'm still in.
So which one was happiest by the end?
I can't tell you that.
That was a sneaky way of doing
that?
That was nice. That was so smooth.
That was creative.
Who are you most concerned from the cast that is actually going to give something away?
Okay. You can just butter him up with a bit of booze.
I didn't know that. You gotta book him again in
Get him
mugs
sozzled and I'll tell you everything.
The writer, director, and a man who's acting in the film Fighting With My Family, Stephen Merchant. Are you now a wrestling fan?
I went to WrestleMania with Dwayne, and that was, I call him Dwayne, and that was eye-opening because that was 100,000 people. It was in Dallas, and my respect for them has really gone through the roof. I'm a big admirer
but what is it like going to WrestleMania with Dwayne Johnson? That Elvis is in the building.
It's unbelievable. It's extraordinary. The guy walked out on stage with a flamethrower and set fire to a 8-foot sign of his name, and he milked that for 10 minutes before he said a word.
Milk a flamethrower for 10 minutes?
It was unbelievable. Well, you walk to the left, flame, walk to the right, flame.
Okay.
You know.
Charlie Ebersol, the AAF founder here on the show. I want to see a flag thrown on the field. I want to know that there's been a penalty. That I don't want to know plays done. Wait a minute, somebody who can't throw a flag has technically thrown it. And that drives me nuts.
Let me take one shot at convincing you.
Okay.
The NFC Championship, 64 cameras on the game. We're not doing subjective calls. We're not doing crazy stuff, but egregious stuff that completely alters the outcome of the game.
Right.
That then, don't get me wrong, it's good for all of you guys because it gives you 4 news cycles to talk about how they blew the call.
Don't you ever come on this show and call me a you guy, okay? That's not acceptable.
I was talking to them.
Oh, no. You guys need... I would...
All right, hold on. I'm bowing down.
No,
hold on.
Stop. Stop it. Charlie Ebersol, get back in your seat. How did it come about with you and Ricky Gervais creating The Office?
Well, we worked together at a radio station. He was my boss, essentially. And
was he like David Brent?
Not at all, because well, he was even lazier than David Brent. He did very little work. I'm fairly sure the only reason I got hired by him was because my resume was on the top of the pile.
Okay.
And he couldn't be bothered to work through the others. He goes, this guy will be fine. He calls me in, and we hit it off, and we would, just joke and riff about observations of office life. I realized Ricky was going to get me fired, so I jumped ship, joined the BBC, and while I was there, I had the opportunity to make a little training video, and I called Ricky and I said, let's do the office stuff we did. And we made this little tape, and it just came alive. Ricky's performance was electric. The observations felt fresh and kind of authentic, and it just began to snowball from there. Although the BBC did a test screening of the first episode of The Office, the British version, and it scored the lowest audience score ever. The only thing that was lower was women's lawn bowls.
The Rich Eisen Show app. Daily interviews, exclusive content, and much more. Download it now.